So go out there, be physical, okay? Do not let up. No mercy.
LFL Football Night has arrived to Dallas, Texas. Hello, fans. Welcome inside the booth of LFL Football Night. Mitch Mortaza alongside Bobby Huco. A little bit later, Desi Mitchison. Bobby, let's talk about this game. It's a Western Conference showdown unlike any other we've had this season. Dallas versus Seattle. In fact, it's such a key game as we look at the Western Conference standings. If Dallas wins tonight and Los Angeles loses to Atlanta on July 9th, guess what, folks? Dallas advances to the playoffs. If they lose, they are definitively out of postseason contention. And then for Seattle, it's simple. They come in as the #1 seed in the West. If they win tonight, they advance to the playoffs as the #1 seed. Should they lose, here's what gets interesting. In a point differential, they could be eliminated from postseason contention. One heck of a ball game with a lot on the line.
Looking forward to it. This is a playoff game for Dallas. Nobody thought they'd be in this situation when the 2016 schedule came out. Everybody thought the champs versus the new team. No question, Seattle's going to walk with this game. But Dallas is for real. If they win tonight, they set the situation up in the Western Conference in their favor. I can't wait to watch this game.
Yeah, this Dallas team, do not sleep on them, folks. This is a team that started the season in their season opener against Los Angeles. Came within 2 points of beating the LA Temptation in LA. Fast forward to the Austin Acoustic, their cross-state rival. They absolutely dismantled them. Now the stage is set. They have the Seattle Mist at home on a silver platter.
I really like their coaching staff, too. From the top to the bottom, they all have professional experience. Melvin Bullitt, the head coach, I love talking football with him. He lives and breathes football. He's transferred that to Angel, the quarterback, and they play smash-mouth football with running back Victoria Thomas.
Yeah, you talked about Angel there. That's the second-year quarterback. Seems to be the story of the league thus far this year. Looking poised as a franchise quarterback under the tutelage of Melvin Bullitt. Now for a closer look, let's talk about Seattle. Hard to believe we've gone through an entire pregame show without talking about the champs. For a closer look at Seattle, we go down to the field with Desi Mitchison.
Thanks, Mitchell. It would be easy for Seattle to come into this game and coast. They're the only 3-0 team in the league and have already clinched their spot in the Western Conference Championship game, which is being played on their home turf. But that's not how the Mist team is wired. They feel they haven't played their best football yet and are looking to iron out some details before their long layoff ahead of the playoffs. Specifically, the Mist will look into kickstarting their passing game as KK Matheny is spearheading a unit that averages the third lowest passing yards per game in the LFL. We'll see if Seattle can figure it out in their last regular season game of the year. Back to you.
Thanks, Desi. It is a playoff picture matchup. It's the Seattle Mist battling the Dallas Desire. Say it with me, America. Kickoff is next. Back to LFL Football Night. Before we get underway, let's go down to the field.
Thanks, guys. I'm with Dallas quarterback and team captain Michelle Angel. Michelle, do you consider this a statement game for Dallas?
Definitely. You know, we win and we're in. If we don't, it's the end of the road for us. So we're going to come out here and do what we do and clinch that spot in the playoffs.
Thanks, Michelle. Best of luck. Back to you.
It's not only a statement for Dallas, it's a statement game for Michelle Angel. She can put herself on the LFL map as an elite quarterback if she can knock off the champs tonight, Mitch.
Dallas coming in very powerful, very confident. This is a team that has a lot of size, a lot of athletic ability, and a 7-point underdog against Seattle. That is Courtney White fielding the opening kickoff. And White with a good, solid return, 12 yards. Dallas will take over at its own 13-yard line.
Courtney White, she's a great plug-and-play athlete. I look for Coach Bullitt to use her at a number of positions tonight.
This Seattle defense, there's a look at Stevie Schnorr in the top half of the league. They will be tested tonight with Michelle Angel in this offense. In fact, we sat down with Angel earlier.
Michelle, you seem to be comfortable as the leader of this offense. However, how do you answer to critics that say you lack experience for a playoff run?
You know, people can say whatever the hell they want to say about me, but the fact is that I put up consistent numbers last year. I put up consistent numbers this year. I'm not sure what else it's going to take for people to rate me in the top quarterbacks of this league.
Michelle Angel is not intimidated by Seattle at all. In fact, she said their secondary is weak. She's going to attack the secondary tonight.
That's Jade Randall, a little shovel pass. Good for 7 yards, and now they've got the power back. Victoria Thomas and the Wildcat. Great pursuit by the Seattle defense, led by Katie Whelan and Shay Norton. Now let's meet the starters for Dallas.
Morgan Calvert, tight end.
Courtney Ice White, your wide receiver.
Jade Randall, tight end.
Danielle Hawkins, wide receiver.
Nicole Peterson,
Center.
Victoria Thomas, running back.
Michelle Angel, quarterback.
The key tonight's going to be running back Victoria Thomas. She has to get some holes, get some yardage to open up the passing game for Michelle Angel.
A 3rd and 12 play, a little trickery from the Dallas offense. And that's Angel connecting with Jade Randall. Randall, the big play receiver, picks up 19 yards.
She is a big play receiver. You see right there, she's averaging over 28 yards per catch, which is unbelievable in the LFL. But what a play call. They had Michelle Angel lined up wide to the left. Wildcat situation. Thomas went out like she's going to run a sweep. Lateral it back to Angel. The safeties came up. And remember, Danica Brace is one of the safeties, strong safety. There's nobody back there. Super call by Dallas.
That's Michelle Angel faking the handoff. Quick screen. A little bubble screen to Courtney White. The Seattle defense all over it. That's a loss of 2 yards.
Earlier this season, we saw Courtney White take it to the house against Los Angeles, coast to coast. They just want the ball in her hand like there. Swing pass, get her the ball in the hands, and let her go.
That'll set up now a 2nd and 12. You can see Seattle missed head coach Chris Michelson. Also acts as the defensive coordinator for Seattle. Now Angel in the shotgun, looking down the field. Great protection, steps up, and finding Jade Randall. Randall, 12 yards on that catch. We talked about it earlier, averaging 28 yards a reception. And when you factor the LFL field is only 50 yards long, it gives you some indication of how big of a threat she is down the field.
Seattle's going to have to change that coverage against Randall. There's no way Danica Brace can handle her one-on-one like that. Crossing the field, there's no way she can keep up to Randall.
A 1st and goal at the Seattle 10-yard line. Here's a bunch set by Dallas. Right up the middle, Michelle Angel, not regarded as one of the more physical quarterbacks in the league. Now let's meet the starters for Seattle.
Stevie Schnorr, middle linebacker.
LaShonda Fowler, corner.
Sage Steinmetz, defensive end.
Melly Rich, cornerback.
Danica Brace, strong safety.
Kim Chase, defensive end.
Jessica Hopkins, free safety.
The keys for that Seattle defense are the defensive ends, Kim Chase and Sage Steinmetz. They have to collapse the pocket and move Michelle Angel out of the pocket.
A 2nd and goal now, ball at the Seattle 8-yard line, and they're not going to get this off. That'll be a delay of game on Dallas.
Delay game, number 7, Dallas. It's a 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
And those are mistakes you simply cannot make against the 2015 champion Seattle missed.
You're absolutely right. Against the champions, you have to play mistake-free football.
That's it, handoff, a draw play to Courtney White, and we've got another penalty flag.
Danica! Take control! We want a goal line! They're not supposed to be f***ing 1 yard off!
Of encroachment, Seattle, number 2. 5 yards from the previous spot, still 2nd down.
That is a 5-yard penalty on Seattle. It appeared to be on Stevie Schnorr, and head coach Chris Michelson not happy with the call and this defense.
You're on goal line! Goal line! Goal line! Jesus!
Coach Michelson not happy at all with the veteran Stevie Schnorr. She lined up illegally before the ball was snapped.
That Seattle penalty moves Dallas up another 5 yards. Ball now at the Seattle 8-yard line. Dallas offense showing some shifting and motion. That's a handoff to Victoria Thomas. Great pursuit by number 8, Danica Brace. 2015 league MVP and Defensive Player of the Year.
Since they switched her to strong safety, she's playing great defensive football. 23 solo tackles, 18 assists. She's all over the football field.
Here's a look at Stevie Schnorr playing middle linebacker. That is where Danica Brace racked up most of her stats, now moving over to strong safety.
Play action, watch the pass.
Her numbers have only gotten bigger. Now from the shotgun, Michelle Angel rolling right. Great coverage in the secondary, now taking off with it. An open field tackle by Melee Rich.
That ain't working on us.
Michelle Angel had happy feet in the pocket. She saw ghosts. There was nobody there. She should have stayed in the pocket and wait for somebody to get open.
That has been one of the positive marks on Michelle Angel this year. Looking very poised in the pocket, very comfortable with this offense. In that case, she took off with it a little too early.
She might have been a little intimidated at the line of scrimmage. I love this goal line defense by Seattle. They bring Brace to the line of scrimmage. And you look at Angel looking eye to eye with Brace. It's like that feeling when you see a cop car.
Danica Brace has intimidated a few people. That'll bring us to a timeout.
Hey, control that defense. It's embarrassing. Listen, it's embarrassing when we're on the 15-yard line. You guys line up 1 yard off. Know where we're at, God damn it. This is not your first rodeo.
Dallas calls timeout, driving deep in Seattle territory.
Like your favorite LFL players and teams and receive breaking news stories. The LFL's official Facebook page, facebook.com/mylfl.
Back to first quarter action. Mitch Mortaza alongside Bobby Hugo and Desi Mitchison as Dallas lines up for a vital 4th and goal.
15.
Angel from the shotgun. Rolling right, big pressure off the edge, finds Jade Randall. Jade Randall, the rookie, making a huge impact early.
What a veteran throw by Michelle Angel. Man-to-man coverage, LaShonda Fowler on Jade Randall, but Fowler was not looking back at the quarterback. She was covered, but not looking at the ball. Michelle threw it anyway, knowing Fowler couldn't see it. Touchdown, Dallas. Incredible.
Come on. No, you're on the line. Hey, I'm not even checked out yourself. Dive at her. Let him call it. Get another play.
Danica Brace trying to rally her troops as Seattle finds itself down early. That is Victoria Thomas, the 5'7", 175-pound muscleback. And Dallas extends its lead to 7-0.
Wow, she runs unbelievably behind her pads. When she gets that forward lead, she is unstoppable.
That's their only weapon.
A lot of confusion on that Seattle sideline as KK Matheny takes her first snap from under center. That's going to be a motion handoff. Dominique Malloy, look at the wheels on Malloy, the free agent signing from the Las Vegas Sin.
Malloy, the most dangerous back, in my opinion, in the LFL. She is a fluid running back. She moves so smooth with her cuts, you can't catch her.
Malloy gaining 12 yards on that end-around run. Now KK Matheny set up nicely from the 23-yard line of Dallas. Matheny loves the shotgun set, will remain in it. Dropping back to pass now. Good protection up front. That is a release play to Jenna Weiss, the center. And Weiss taking a big hit from Danielle Hawkins. Weiss part of a powerful front line for Seattle as we meet their starters.
Stevie Schnorr, running back.
Danica Brace, tight end.
Sage Steinmetz, tight end.
Jessica Hopkins, wide receiver. Bryn Renda, wide receiver.
Jenna Weiss, center.
KK Matheny, quarterback.
The key to the game is quarterback KK Matheny. She has to get out of that funk she's been in and get back to being that all-fantasy quarterback that she has been in the past.
Another key for me, and most of Seattle, I think, would latch on to this, is that young lady, Stevie Schnorr, the unsung hero of the championship run last year. And you could look at her numbers here for 2016. The heartbeat of this offense.
She already has 115 yards, over 6 yards per carry. Simply a beast in the backfield.
A 1st and goal for the Seattle offense. Matheny from the shotgun, faking the handoff to Malloy, now being chased by Danielle Hawkins, gets rid of it. A smart heads-up play by KK Matheny, finding Dominique Malloy.
That's KK Matheny being KK Matheny. That's what she does better than anybody in the league. When she gets pressure, you just simply can't catch her, and she makes a positive gain when it should have been a big loss.
Now Now a 2nd and goal for this Seattle offense. Jade Randall, the standout free safety, could have an impact here. Seattle lining up in the wishbone set. This time Matheny under center. Misdirection handoff. No, she's going to hold on to it. Back to the corner of the end zone. And that is Bren Renda making an acrobatic catch.
Nikki Pugh has her covered like a blanket. A simply phenomenal catch and a great pass by KK Matheny. Takes another hit. But Bren Renda, I don't know how she came down with that. What a catch. Touchdown Seattle.
Bren Renda, the favorite target of KK Matheny, dating back all the way to the Tampa Breeze days. Those two definitely are connecting.
And when they connect, it's for a touchdown. This year she has 6 receptions, but 3 of them are for touchdowns.
Here we go.
Bren Renda, the statuesque receiver. A tall target for KK Matheny, and at her size, she needs tall targets.
You're right, at 5'2", she has to see lane, she has to move around, and she can always look up to see the tall receiver, Bren Renda.
Now the extra point attempt, although we may have a challenge flag from Dallas. That is a look at Terrence Bullitt and Melvin Bullitt, the Bullitt brothers. And apparently they're going to pick up their challenge flag. They were saying that Bren Renda may have been out of bounds.
There is no challenge on the play. The touchdown stands. We'll now run the point after touchdown.
The Bullitt brothers have done a great job coaching, but a little confusion on playing the ball off the wall. You're able to do that, and that is exactly what Bren Renda did.
Absolutely. They're both first-year coaches, so they don't know the rules like a veteran coach would. But you're right. The wall is considered inbounds.
Yeah, I'm going. Block, 45.
Seattle remaining on offense for the extra point attempt. KK Matheny still looking over her wrist guard. Now going under center with Stevie Schnorr in the fullback. And Dominique Malloy tailback. That is who gets the rock. That's Dominique Malloy. And that is a Seattle conversion, tying up our game 7-7.
When you have that many big bodies in front of you, you can keep your offensive play selection very basic with Brace, Weiss, and more up front. Just give it to Malloy and she'll follow them in the end zone.
Seattle's built for the run game, although they've obviously had some success with KK Matheny through the air. And speaking of Matheny, that was an impressive 5-play, 35-yard drive. And that young lady went 3 of 3.
Both quarterbacks have started this game out very strong. That's why it's tied 7-7. Good football.
A 1st and 10 now for Dallas from the 15-yard line. Looked impressive in the opening drive with Jade Randall and Michelle Angel connecting on that touchdown. And this is Cassandra Ashley gaining 3 yards on the carry.
A great speed rush by Chase, getting around Carmen Borso. And you see Chase's numbers right there. She was all fantasy last year, but her numbers so far this year is not as strong.
Yeah, they simply have not translated from the 2015 season, a free agent pickup from Los Angeles. As you mentioned, she was an all-fantasy DN. Just has not had a great year with Seattle. A 2nd and 7 now. Angel faking the handoff. That's Melee Rich from the corner position. And that is Jade Randall. Are you kidding me? Number 15 is putting on a clinic.
This is what Michelle Angel can do when she gets time. She finds Jade Randall one-on-one with Stevie Schnorr. Guess who's going to win that battle? She puts it up high. Great catch by Randall, and here we go again.
You talked about it, Bobby. They've tried to go one-on-one with Danica Brace, and now matching her up with Stevie Schnorr. Randall's going to win both of those battles. That is an inside handoff to Victoria Thomas. Thomas gaining 5 yards, but getting back to Randall. I don't see an ideal matchup here for Seattle.
Michelle Angel knew that nobody in the secondary could cover Randall, and they're abusing him right now.
That brings us to the end of the first in a tied-up ball game.
Don Joy, protecting LFL athletes and the game.
To see 15 on the field, she's the only threat out there. She is gonna kill us all night. The are you doing? Who do you have on that? Who released? Then get her! I don't care if we double team her ass. I do not want her to beat us. Single-handedly kicking her. That's the only one that can do anything. The big girl. She's only gonna get 2-3 yards. Jesus Christ.
Welcome back to LFL football night. If that didn't wake you up, I don't know what will.
Coach Michelson totally upset that nobody's covering number 15, Jade Randall. And before the game, he told me the number 1 player they have to stop is Jade Randall, and they're absolutely not doing it right now.
A 2nd and 5 play. That is a handoff to Courtney White. The shifty running back will gain 3 yards, and that is Danica Brace down. That is not a good sight if you're a Seattle Mist fan.
That does not look good.
Now they're taking Danica Brace off the field. We'll see how this impacts this Seattle defense. A 3rd and 2 play now. Victoria Thomas in the Wildcat direct snap, trying to get to the outside and bulldozes through the defense. Got to wonder if the absence of Danica Brace has already become a factor.
Oh, absolutely. As soon as she went out of the game, they gave the ball right to Victoria Thomas, and trying to bring her down is like trying to tackle a Coke machine. Watch Shay Norton. She has a shot here in the backfield. Thomas bobbled the football, but then she runs over 3 players. What a beast.
Shay Norton missing the open field tackle. And then it was Stevie Schnorr and LaShonda Fowler getting bulldozed. And again, number 14 having an absolute field day against this Seattle defense.
Morgan Calvert with a great drive block to open up the hole for Thomas.
There's a look at Danica Brace, who was knocked out of this ball game. They are testing her under the LFL concussion protocol. And if you're not familiar with that policy, if she's deemed to have had a concussion, whether it's mild or severe, she will be ruled out of this game. We will see how that unfolds. As Seattle takes over on downs here, Dominique Malloy with the handoff from KK Matheny. Great open field tackle by Danielle Hawkins, but not before Malloy picked up 7 yards.
I really like that play selection by Chris Michelson. You bring her in motion for the wide receiver position. She gets a lot of speed going. You give her the football, and she's tough to bring down.
A 2nd and 3 ball at the Seattle 22-yard line. Matheny taking her time looking over that defense. Now in the pocket, plenty of time. Now a little bit of pressure, a little dump off. This to Jenna Weiss. And Weiss would have been better off just dropping that football, losing a yard on that reception.
Bad play by quarterback KK Matheny. There was nothing there. She's trying to throw the ball to a center. One-on-one against Shantae Cherie, just not going to happen.
Now a 3rd and 4 as Matheny goes under center. That is Malloy in motion again. Fakes it to Malloy. That is a handoff to Stevie Schnorr, the Bull. The Bull has not been able to do anything in the China shop as Jaramillo and Jade Randall converge on the tackle.
Stevie Schnorr, she's tough to bring down less than 5 yards. Even though it was a great defensive play, she still got the first down.
A 1st and 10 for this Seattle offense. Both of these offenses have had a lot of success here in the first half. That's Malloy in motion again, faking it to Malloy, throwing to the left flat. That's LaShonda Fowler. Fowler getting knocked out of bounds after gaining 2 yards.
I think they lined up offsides. It was a good play by Seattle, but I think they may get a free play out of it.
We saw the Seattle defense being assessed an encroachment or offsides penalty in the first quarter. This does appear to be against Dallas. Head referee Jason Gardner will make the call.
Illegal defense, Dallas, number 14. 5 yards from the previous spot. Still first down.
Indeed, that's going to be on Dallas, setting up a 1st and 5 for Seattle. Before we get going, let's go down to the field with Desi Mitchison.
Hey guys, I'm checking in with LFL medical staff. It appears they're testing Danica Brace for a potential concussion. Back to you.
That is what we feared, Bobby, a potential concussion for Danica Brace.
That is a big hit to that Seattle defense. The MVP of the league is out for the game.
Stevie Schnorr trying to pick up the slack and gaining 8 yards. Stevie Schnorr, as we said earlier, is the unsung hero of this offense.
She is simply amazing. She is such a beast in the backfield. She can block for herself. Unbelievable running back.
That'll set up a 1st and 10 now. Ball at the Dallas 11-yard line. And we got to factor Schnorr is going to have a big impact on this game.
Coach Michelson will probably give her the football until somebody on Dallas steps up to stop her.
A 1st and 10. They're going to fake the handoff to Schnorr, and Malloy trying the backside of the end zone to Brent Renda. And that pass, you could see Brent Renda said, put it up a little bit.
Put it up and outside. Again, KK Matheny's been doing this all year, throwing behind Renda. Renda was open, and she throws that outside. It's a touchdown.
Nikki Pugh there in coverage, one of the outstanding safeties for Dallas. She actually was part of the original franchise in 2009. Now one of the playmakers on defense.
Her husband is an ex-NFL player, so she comes from practice and gets coached up at home by her husband.
A number of LFL athletes around the league are married to NFL players, and obviously that helps them quite a bit. This looks to be an option to Dominique Malloy. Malloy will gain 6 yards. If you blink your eye, she gets 5 or 6 yards.
Absolutely. That's the way to run a counter option play by quarterback KK Matheny. Fake the handoff to Schnorr, attack Carmen Borso's inside shoulder, then pitch the ball to Malloy. Executed perfectly by Matheny.
The Seattle offense trying to answer Dallas, as Seattle is down 7 points in this pivotal Western Conference matchup. We talked about it in the pregame show. Dallas needs a win tonight, and a Los Angeles loss July 9th versus Atlanta to qualify for the playoffs. A 3rd and 4, Seattle over the middle. LaShonda Fowler, an absolute dart from KK Matheny.
Great pre-snap read by Matheny. Fowler had the defensive end on an outside technique. She let the defensive end go, did a quick hook route in the end zone. KK delivered a strike. Great play.
Seattle electing to go for the 1-point conversion. If you're not familiar with LFL rules, 1-point conversion is set up from the 1-yard line, and a 2-point conversion from the 3-yard line.
I think it's a smart call. Tie the game up. This is like a heavyweight fight right now. This could be the Western Conference Championship game in a few weeks. But they're playing great football. I love it. Yeah, tie the score up.
KK Matheny coming up under center. Dominique Malloy lined up directly behind her. A toss left play to Malloy. And look at Malloy just finding lanes. She will convert and tie us up at 14.
Jade Randall had a chance to get her in the backfield, but Malloy put a nice move on her to get in the end zone.
A heavyweight battle back and forth as we take a break.
Warrior Black, the official eye black of LFL athletes.
Back to LFL football night in Dallas, Texas, in a tied-up ball game, 14-14. Dallas taking over on downs. That's Michelle Angel. Nobody there to hand off. A quick pass in the flat to Jade Randall. One of the few times we've seen number 15 drop a ball.
Great pass by Angel. Again, you're right. There was nobody to fake the play action, but she stepped up, delivered a strike. Should have been caught. Fowler was there with the coverage, but Angel put the ball in the only place that her receiver could catch the football, but she dropped it, a rear drop.
That Randall drop now setting up a 3rd and 9 for this Dallas offense. Ball remains at the 16-yard line. If Dallas has continued to gain respect in this league, they have got to beat a team like Seattle.
They're in a great position right now. Tie ball game almost halfway through the game.
A little pitch play here to Shantae Cherie. Cherie gaining 3 yards. The Seattle defense has been pretty sound against the run here in the first half.
I love the way Stevie Schnorr, she knows how to anchor and read. What I mean by that, she locks up with the defensive lineman, but she's reading the running back. Then she sheds the blocker and makes the tackle.
Watch the reverse toss!
A 4th and 6. This is an interesting call for Dallas. If they do not convert, they're going to give Seattle's offense a very short field. A 4th and 6 play here. Michelle Angel in the pocket, has a receiver. Just overshot Jade Randall, and that'll turn it over to Seattle.
Michelle Angel was 4th down. She had to try to do something. Jade Randall was covered. She threw it high, but a little bit too high on that pass.
Angel has shown signs of brilliance this season, and then at times just missed her targets. Keep in mind, she has not had a lot of work within this system, nor the receivers. Now a 1st and 10 for Seattle. Pitch right to Dominique Malloy. And Malloy quick to get to the second layer of the defense, gaining 6 yards.
Malloy having an incredible first half. 3 attempts, 29 yards, 9.7 per carry. She is so quick to get in that extra gear. Victoria Thomas thought she had the angle, but bam, she gets that extra gear and she's gone.
A 6-yard run, as you said. She's piled on the yardage here in the first half. That Malloy run now setting up a 2nd and 4. Ball at the Dallas 13-yard line. This is what you had to be afraid of if you're a Dallas fan, giving this offense a short field. As Seattle will now take us to the 2-minute warning. Just before the warning, another handoff to Malloy. This time Malloy contained, gaining only 3 yards. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning in an absolute battle for the Western Conference playoffs.
John Joy, protecting LFL athletes and the game.
Back for the final 2 minutes of football here in the first half. The Seattle missed and Dallas Desire notched up at 14.
I'm really impressed with KK Matheny. She's had a solid first half. She's back to her championship form.
Now a 3rd and 1 for the Seattle offense. You could see Dallas lined up 6 defenders on the line of scrimmage. They know what's coming. And there's a handoff to Stevie Schnorr. Schnorr gaining 3 yards, and that'll be enough to move the sticks.
She is all muscle. There's no way you can bring her down short of 3 yards. I saw her pregame when she had her salad or pregame meal. She just went out to the lawn in the front yard and put Italian dressing on the lawn.
Stevie Schnorr, very organic. I did not know that about Schnorr's diet.
She went out on her own. She didn't think I was out there, but she actually just pours it right on the grass.
She strikes me as a meat and potatoes kind of gal.
She's healthy before games, Mitch.
A power back, led the league in rushing in 2015 and has really picked up where she left off. 1st and goal now. Matheny from the shotgun. Quick screen. That is complete to Stevie Schnorr, gaining 5 yards.
If Schnorr would have cut back, she could have walked in the end zone. She kept it outside, missed the block, and got stopped short of the end zone.
2nd and goal now. Seattle in a hurry-up offense. Rolling right, Matheny has a lane and gets pinned against the board by Danielle Hawkins. No gain on the play.
Matheny tried to throw a pass at the last minute, but a great play by Danielle Hawkins, thrown her into the board. This is a huge play right now for KK. Only 45 seconds, but they need points.
Time not really that big a factor. They are deep in the red zone here. A score would be much needed here on the road as Dallas is giving Seattle everything they can handle. Nobody expected this from an expansion team, but they are performing. And now Seattle with a 3rd and goal, ball at the 2-yard line. Matheny from the shotgun trying the flat.
Hey! Hey! It's wide open! Son of a Hey, God it! And they left 40. No. God it! And twice she doesn't throw the god ball wide open.
I think it's fair to say that Coach Michelson is not happy with Matheny's performance here. Now a 4th and goal. Matheny over the middle has a receiver. An acrobatic catch by Stevie Schnorr. We talk about her running the rock. They're showing her athletic ability in the passing game.
KK Matheny had the option. She had Fowler going out, and then Stevie Schnorr on a quick post behind her. She chose Schnorr. She was open. Great play by KK Matheny.
You could see the Bullet brothers going, there's not much you could do about that. Great coverage by Dallas, but even better throw by Matheny and catch by Stevie Schnorr.
Matheny made up for that bad pass 2 plays ago. She threw it right on the button and nailed Schnorr for a touchdown.
The extra point attempt, that's Jessica Hopkins. Hopkins getting to the outside, giving Seattle a 21-14 lead.
Looks like the tide has turned for the champions. Dallas was in a shootout with them, but right now they're 7 behind. It meant Michelle Angel has to come up with something quick to stop this from becoming a rout for Seattle.
Still a lot of time remaining, 32 seconds. Keep in mind the LFL field is only 50 yards in length. And Michelle Angel does have the arm to stretch the field. So a great opportunity here for Dallas.
She does have the arm. In fact, I questioned her about that. A couple times she was short on deep balls, but that's all timing. She was throwing the ball late, she told me.
From the shotgun, all the receivers are out in patterns. That's a deep ball to Courtney White. And they were clearly not on the same page as White cut off her pattern.
Jade Randall actually came underneath on a hook pattern. She thought she was going deep, and she threw it way over her head.
Randall is the deep threat. We talked about her coming into this game with a near 29-yard per reception average. So make no mistake about it, that Seattle defense will be keying on number 15.
They should. They actually should have made the adjustment earlier in the first half. She was killing them. I would double team Jade Randall.
Now a 2nd and 10. A little under 30 seconds remaining. That's Michelle Angel again down the field. This time intended for Monica Aramillo. Again, not on the same page with her receivers.
Aramillo ran a corner route, and she had Jessica Hopkins beat wide open. For some reason, Angel just couldn't get her the football. That would have been a touchdown.
Now, if you're Dallas, you've got to be careful here. There's over 20 seconds remaining. There's a possibility that you go 2 quick incomplete passes, and Seattle's back out on the field with time to work it in the end zone.
No, you're absolutely right. In fact, I wouldn't be shocked if they went to Randall these next 2 plays.
A 3rd and 10 play again down the field, overthrowing her intended receiver. This time intended for Courtney White.
Courtney White looked like she stopped running for some reason. She was running a go route. Angel threw it out there, but she had turned around.
This is where Dallas can find themselves in trouble. A 4th and 10 play. If this is a quick incomplete pass, Seattle will take over with, you got to factor, a little under 10 seconds remaining.
With all the weapons that KK Matheny has with Bryn Renda, Jessica Hopkins, Dominique Malloy, that's a lot of time for Seattle.
4th and 10. We'll see how Dallas decides to play this out. There's an argument to be made to just run out the clock. But they've got all the receivers flanked to the right side. Michelle Angel under some pressure, regaining her footing and connecting with Courtney White, but not enough time. And Dallas is out of timeouts.
This clock's going to run out.
That is exactly what's going to happen. Angel was trying to get under center and spike the football. That'll do it for us here in the first half. A frustrated Michelle Angel here late. But Dallas did compete, trailing the 2015 champion Seattle Mist 21-14 at halftime.
So don't put your head down. Yes, we got a lot of shit we need to fix. A lot of things that we need to clean up. We're fine. We're the Seattle Mist championship team. We just didn't play like them that. We're fine. Just chill out.
A nervous Seattle Mist locker room as we welcome you back to LFL football night. Seattle trailing this one 21-14. This has turned out to be a pretty tightly contested ball game.
It's not very often that a game lives up to the pregame hype, but tonight it has. Dallas is playing outstanding. Seattle's playing outstanding. What a battle we have here in the Western Conference.
Now, that was a lot of close football back and forth, very competitive. Anything stand out to you in the first half?
Absolutely. Finally, quarterback KK Matheny from Seattle. She played like the all-fantasy quarterback she is. She was 7 out of 9, 3 touchdown passes in the first half. And for Dallas, Jade Randall. She's developing into one of the top wide receivers in the LFL. She had 5 catches already for 66 yards in the first half.
Yeah, you're talking about, I thought the biggest story out of the first half was Danica Brace. She went down with what appears to be a concussion, and if you're not familiar with the LFL rules, that basically rules her out of this ball game altogether. That should be a big blow to the Seattle defense. Speaking of defense, there wasn't a lot of it in the first half, some serious scoring. It opened up with Michelle Angel finding Jade Randall on this touchdown reception. KK Matheny in Seattle did answer, finding Bren Rinda with this circus acrobatic catch over the walls. Then Victorious Thomas, the power back for Dallas, taking it in on this touchdown score. Before the half, it was all Seattle through the air with a pair of short touchdown passes. The first one to LaShonda Fowler, then Stevie Schnorr. That brings us to our halftime score of 21-14. Let's take a look at the first half stats.
Evenly played half of football. Seattle was 3 out of 4 on third down situations, 1 out of 1 on fourth down. Dallas themselves, they were 2 out of 3 on fourth down situations. A fun first half. Looking forward to the second half.
It comes down to the final 20 minutes of football to determine who advances to the playoffs. Guess what? Kickoff is next.
Follow your favorite LFL players and teams and receive breaking news stories. Like the LFL's official Twitter page, twitter.com/mylfl.
The second half here in Dallas, Texas. Before we get started, let's go down to the field.
Thanks, guys. I'm with Seattle Miss head coach Chris Michelson. Coach, you're up but only by 7 points, and now without Danica Brace. How do you think your team will respond?
Oh, they're ready. I mean, we prepare for all kinds of situations, including this one right here. We just need to step it up on defense, though. I mean, we're just making some big mistakes and letting the big play get us once again. So we keep that down to we limit that to no big plays in the second half. We'll finish this.
Good luck in the third.
Thanks.
Back up to you.
That is classic Chris Michelson right there. He's never concerned about when he loses a player. That's part of the game. You don't like losing Danica Brace, but they'll put somebody in, and she's got to step up.
Matheny's first half passing stats, 7 of 9. Only 23 yards, but did manage to throw for 3 touchdown passes.
That West Coast offense, dink and dunk all over the field. Not much yardage, but 3 touchdowns out of 9 attempts.
That is a toss right play. Dominique Malloy, who really starred in the first half of this game. Malloy gaining 5 yards on the carry.
They're going to have to find an answer to Dominique Malloy. Her speed just outgunned everybody on that Dallas defense. Nikki Pugh right there, good stop.
A 2nd and 5 now as we are underway in the third quarter. That's Malloy in motion, faking it to her, and a pitch play to Stevie Schnorr. That's not going to fool anybody on the Dallas defense. Pretty much all 7 players converged on Stevie Schnorr.
Danielle Hawkins totally stood up to tight end for Seattle and waited for the play to come to her, made a great tackle.
A 3rd and 5 for the Seattle offense. KK Matheny looking over to the sideline to Chris Michelson, the offensive coordinator. A vital 3rd and 5 play here early in the third quarter. That is going to be a quick screen to Dominique Malloy. And look at that Dallas defense led by Danielle Hawkins.
Nothing there. Watch the Dallas defense. They let her complete the underneath pass. You get it to Malloy. You have the speedster. But there's 3 defenders from Dallas all over Malloy. Nowhere to go. Brings up a big 4th down.
You said it, Bobby. A 4th and 1 near midfield. That is Stevie Schnorr and Dominique Malloy in the backfield. The handoff goes to the bull, Stevie Schnorr. And that'll be good for 6 yards, keeping the Seattle drive alive.
Great kick out block by Christine Moore. She totally manhandled Morgan Calvert, kicking her outside. Big hole for Schnorr to get the first down.
And that was Shantae Cherie coming off limping. We'll see how that plays out for the Dallas defense. Cherie, an off-season signing from the Omaha Heart. Part of a real overachieving Dallas defense.
This is a huge series for this Dallas defense. If they let Seattle score and go down 2 touchdowns, this could get ugly.
Matheny remains under center, handing off to Dominique Malloy to the edge. And what a poor blocking attempt by Bren Renda. The receiver flanked to the right side made absolutely no attempt to block the corner.
Nikki Pugh, the corner, had great leverage underneath Bryn Renda. You're right, Bryn Renda did not give any effort, didn't get low enough, and Nikki Pugh blew up that play.
Shantae Cherie coming up limping once again, this time leaving the field. That'll set up a 2nd and 6 for the Seattle offense.
KK Matheny doing what she does. Not great stats. We went over that. She had 3 touchdowns, but only 23 yards through the air. She needs to light it up a little bit more here in the second half.
We've got another apparent challenge by Dallas, now being waved off.
Hey, how many challenges are we getting?
There's no challenge on the play. The runner was stopped. Forward progress is stopped. There's no fumble.
Head referee Jason Gardner saying that is not a challenge by Dallas. That is the 2nd time that Dallas has picked up a challenge flag.
So they have no official challenges yet. That's what Coach Chris Michelson's worried about. It's like, how many times can you throw a red flag and say it's not a challenge?
A 2nd and 6 now. Ball at the Dallas 16. That's Matheny trying to thread the needle. Intercepted on the deflected pass, intercepted by Monica Aramil.
Just a terrible pass by KK Matheny.
Bang. On Mary Brink, she's not even open. She wasn't open. Not even close. God it. Hey. God. You threw into a crowd. It wasn't even there.
KK Matheny did not even read the free safety, Jade Randall. She didn't move, and she threw right at Randall. The ball popped straight up. Nobody was open. Just a bad play by KK Matheny.
Dallas taking over, and that is Courtney White. White, a big part of this offense, and gaining 6 yards on that carry. You're right, Bobby. If Seattle goes in and scores there, they're up 28-14. What a change in momentum. Now Dallas has the opportunity to tie this ball game. And there's Angels' numbers on the first half. A very controlled, precise attack. And she is becoming the franchise quarterback here in Dallas. That's a 3-yard carry by Victoria Thomas.
You mentioned Angels' first half. Solid first half, but you can tell the mojo has changed. The crowd's into it. The team's fired up. That play by Matheny, the boneheaded throw right at Randall, has put Dallas into this game.
Now a very manageable 3rd and 1, and that is why it's manageable. Danica Brace on the sidelines. Had a concussion in the first quarter, is out for the remainder of the game. And that's Courtney White trying to pick up the 1 yard. She manages 4, and that'll be enough for a Dallas first down.
Courtney White, she has really come on strong this year. You see her stats right there. But anytime she touches the football, she's going to make a positive game and sometimes break a little run into, as we saw, a long touchdown run.
Courtney White, the home run hitter on this offense. I think you're alluding earlier in the season, she broke off several large plays against Los Angeles. And now White in the Wildcat. A little reverse. Now Michelle Angel down the field has a receiver. And that is Jade Randall. Randall still on her feet, getting into the end zone for her 2nd score of the night.
Unbelievable. Jade Randall, she's become Seattle's kryptonite. Watch this. Not even a long throw. She breaks open, goes into the wall, which is still inbounds. Nobody hit her out of bounds. That's a touchdown for Dallas. Michelson cannot believe it.
That'll bring us to a television timeout. Dallas within 1.
LFL Mobile, giving you access to the gridiron goddesses of the LFL with exclusive photos, videos, live game reporting, and fan promotions. LFL Mobile. Download on your Android or iPhone.
Back to LFL football night. A frustrated Seattle bench as Dallas pulls within 1 point of the 2015 champions, and that is Kim Chase stepping up just when Seattle needed her. And look at Victoria Thomas upset. That is a big non-conversion for Dallas as Seattle retains its 1 point lead.
Yo, B, listen to me. Go where we tell you to go, B.
That girl was about to...
It ain't no bout to. Danielle was there. B, you ran. They blitzed 2 backside every time. You ran into where they going. Come on, B. Do what you supposed to do.
Definitely miscommunication. You saw Michelle Angel trying to hand the ball inside to Victoria Thomas. She went outside, and she missed Morgan Colbert. Colbert had a kick-out block, and she went outside toward the block. Just a bad play by Victoria Thomas.
Seattle now taking over, clinging on to a 1-point lead. We knew this would be a very competitive game, but Dallas has impressed.
Right now, this game falls. The piano is on KK Matheny's back after that bad interception. She has to come up with something.
A 1st and 10 play. This looks to be the option. A delayed pitch out, and that's how you get your running back killed. That is Danielle Hawkins.
Another bad play by KK Matheny. The option, you either keep it or pitch it. You don't stand there, let the defense get over to where your running back's at, then pitch it. 2 bad plays in a row by KK Matheny.
Matheny now will look to recover a 2nd and 8. And you can tell this defense smells blood in the water. This is an opportunity for this Dallas franchise to make a very big statement in the league. And they would do just that if they could beat Seattle. Now the 2nd and 8 play, ball at the 17. Matheny taking a lot of time under center. A similar play. Throwing it down the field now on a go pattern to LaShonda Fowler. And I don't know how many ulcers Coach Michelson will have, but he's got a few already.
He is so frustrated right now at his quarterback and his offense. You have to sell the option fake before you drop back and throw deep, because Jade Randall didn't fall for the option fake because KK never faked the option.
KK Matheny in this offense really struggling. Usually a very fluid offense, well-timed. But Matheny just seems to be off tonight. That's a handoff to Dominique Malloy on the reverse. Malloy getting to the outside for 7 yards.
Mitch, you mentioned it. When you look at this Seattle, the championship team on paper, it's love at first sight. But when you look closer, when they play a good team, there's a lot of little flaws in this team.
You want to talk about big downs here, especially with the momentum Dallas has. This is a 4th and 1 at midfield. This crowd knows it, and that defense knows it. Matheny under center, handoff, Schnorr. Nothing doing. Shantae Cherie and Jade Randall.
Holy cow, that might be the play of the century. I've never seen this. Stevie Schnorr stopped short of a 1-yard gain. 4th and 1. For those of you new to the LFL, you have to have a 3-yard cushion. With that 3-yard cushion, Stevie Schnorr, the bull, usually gets 1 yard. She gets stopped short. What a play by Dallas.
Yeah, there's a reason she's called the bull. She's built like a locomotive, and she had momentum coming down, but give all the credit in the world to Jade Randall and Shantae Cherie for perhaps coming up with the biggest play of this young franchise history.
Coach Melvin Bullitt, he knows who to give the football to, the hottest player in the LFL, Jade Randall. Just give her the ball, running, catching any way you can. She's on fire right now.
Randall gaining 7 yards there on the pitch play. Going back to that 4th and 1, that's Stevie Schnorr. I mean, just take a look at her frame. That is a tall task to get a stop on 4th and 1 against that young lady. But Dallas did so, and now a 2nd and 3. Angel looking to the right side, has a receiver. And that is Courtney White. Momentum has officially changed its address.
Everybody in the house thinking Jade Randall's going to get the football on an inside sweep. Angel fakes it to her, and Courtney White breaks wide open in the secondary. What a call by Melvin Bullitt.
We talked about Courtney White being the home run threat of this offense. Number 1 comes up with a 31-yard touchdown reception. And just take a look at that Seattle sideline. They know they're hitting the panic button. And we've got a penalty on the field. Head referee Jason Gardner.
Dallas is electing to try for 2 points.
It's not a penalty. They're actually just going to go for 2. Coach Melvin Bullitt was trying to get the attention of quarterback Michelle Angel. Smart play, because if they get in for 2, it'll be a 7-point lead.
Here comes Dallas's offense going back to work. That is a draw play to Courtney White. That'll have no chance. Sage Steinmetz from the DN position absolutely swallows whole Courtney White. Our score will remain the same as we have Coach Michelson mic'd up.
Hey, they can't be switching what they want to go for. He's thrown 2 challenges and he switched the bullshit. You can't do it.
Coach Michelson not happy with the referee crew tonight at all.
Go jet right. Twins right side, jet right. Hey, I'm sick and tired of him tying. He's thrown 2 red flags and he's changed his. I get it. He's been on the field. I can go on the field. That door. You guys need to pull your head out of your ass. He cannot throw 2 red challenges and then give it back to him, and then he goes and changes his point conversions. Hey, and make sure they're not in the neutral zone.
The network censors are going to have their finger on the button whenever Chris Michelson is coaching a ball game. That is Dominique Malloy gaining 8 yards on the carry.
What would his blood pressure reading be right now?
It's got to be through the charts. He cannot be happy with how this team is playing. With all due respect to Dallas, specifically the offense has really struggled for Seattle.
I think you're right. He's yelling at the officials right now. The referee's getting a lot of heat, but it's his team that's making the mistakes.
The one bright spot tonight for this offense has got to be the play of Dominique Malloy. She has really kept this offense alive. A 2nd and 2 from the Seattle 23. Big pressure off the edge, down the field. Almost intercepted again by Monica Aramillo.
Seattle's offensive line is missing blocking assignments. Danielle Hawkins came from the edge untouched, laid out KK Matheny, who almost threw another interception.
KK Matheny making some poor reads tonight. Did have an impressive first half with 3 touchdown passes, but some ill-advised passing here in the second half.
The entire Seattle team is not fitting their MO. Dallas is taking it to them right now.
Especially up front, there is a lot of pressure on KK Matheny, and that'll be our final play of the 3rd quarter as Seattle unexpectedly trails this one 26-21.
Like your favorite LFL players and teams and receive breaking news stories. The LFL's official Facebook page, facebook.com/mylfl.
It's too late. But don't throw it to 4 people. Throw the ball in the stands at 2nd and 2. Okay. You're going to create another turnover. I don't need any more from you. Jesus, will you somebody block up front? How the do we not get the 4th and 1?
Welcome back to LFL Football Night in the Chris Michelson Show. You can see he's emphasizing every point we made, Bobby. There is little to no blocking up front for Seattle.
This does not look like the LFL champion team the Seattle Mist we saw last year.
Now a 3rd and 2, ball at the Seattle 23. Handoff goes to Stevie Schnorr. Now Schnorr pitching back to Dominique Malloy. Using that speed to gain 10 yards. As we've talked about, she is absolutely the bright spot of this offense.
I love this play. Chris Michelson, this looks like the old Seattle team coming up with plays she's never seen before. It actually ends up being an option play. Once Schnorr gets the ball, she can keep it or pitch it to Malloy.
Good enough for a Seattle 1st down. Obviously a lot of time remaining in this ball game. And with this offense, it is a quick strike offense. 5 points is certainly not insurmountable. 1st and 10, ball at the 16-yard line, faking the handoff, rolling right. Matheny, same play that they ran earlier, and again, not connecting with Bren Renda.
Renda was open in the corner. She had to step on the DBs, but KK Matheny, again, overthrew it, threw it in the stands.
Now a 2nd and 10. Ball at the Dallas 16-yard line as the clock continues to run. We are under 9 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. Coach Chris Michelson just trying to hold it together on the sideline. Clearly upset by the way his offense is working.
Matheny has to stay composed right now. She was the top quarterback in the LFL last year for a reason. She has to get this team back under her to score points.
Matheny observing the defense. She takes a lot of time at the line of scrimmage, and there you go. That is going to be a delay of game penalty.
Delay a game. Offense, number 15. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Hey, reset! Hey, where's the reset? That was a 12-second clock. Just go. Shut up. Watch the clock. You'd have noticed it if you're looking at it. Jesus. Let's go! The are you doing?
Now, finally, Seattle's offense gets a play off, and that is Stevie Schnorr.
KK, you need to hurry the up! I don't give a A, you take forever!
Is it fair to say, Bobby, that Chris Michelson wants KK Matheny to hurry up the offense?
Coach Michelson and Matheny, they have a unique relationship.
Matheny and Michelson, both very type A personalities. They both face a 3rd and 9 now. Ball at the Dallas 15-yard line. Matheny under center, fakes the handoff. Now looking into the flat, has a receiver. That's Dominique Malloy. And Malloy slicing through the defense, gaining 11 yards.
You can tell she's the fastest player in the LFL. There was nothing there, and she said, you mentioned it, sliced right through the defense for a first down. There was absolutely nothing there, and she got it.
Malloy setting up Seattle nicely now at the Dallas 4-yard line. This will be a 1st and goal. Oddly enough, this Seattle offense has not put a single point on the board here in the second half.
No, they've had opportunities, but they keep coming up with mistakes.
This is the best this offense has been set up. Now a 1st and goal again from the 4-yard line. Toss left. Dominique Malloy. And look at Jade Randall. It appeared that Randall was ISOing Dominique Malloy, and she came up and laid the lumber.
Jade Randall having a great year. You see she has 2 interceptions already. She's making everybody think that she's going to become an all-fantasy player this year. What a game by Randall.
She has got to be the early favorite for Rookie of the Year. And if Dallas continues to play the way they are, you could make an argument for league MVP.
That's what I was going to say, MVP. What player has had a better game than this? This is incredible.
A 2nd and goal now for Seattle. Receivers flanked right. Matheny rolling right. Nobody there. Now throwing across her body. And that is Monica Aramil. And her 2nd interception of the night.
KK Matheny is playing like a rookie right now. There was absolutely nothing there. There was nobody open. She just threw it up for grabs. Michelson can't believe it. Wow, what a night for KK Matheny going the wrong way.
That is a rookie mistake, as you said. You were the former quarterback, Bobby. You know the one cardinal rule is you do not throw across your body unless you have the arm of a John Elway.
Or if somebody's wide open. There was nobody open there. She just threw it up like she was scared, didn't want to get hit, and bam, threw it right into Dallas coverage.
Now Dallas taking over. That is a shovel pass to Courtney White. And White gaining a yard. Dallas will be content to just work on the clock.
Now, Mitch, getting back to that Seattle play selection, 2nd and goal from the 4. You've got the backs having great nights tonight. Stevie Schnorr, the bull, she can take it in with 2 downs, and you throw that pass?
It's a little perplexing. It was 2nd and goal, so I'm sure Seattle anticipated at least 2 more shots at the end zone. But I think it's a consensus across the board that the offense for Seattle, at least, did not come to play tonight. That's another handoff to Courtney White. This time White gaining 4 yards as we near the 5-minute mark of the 4th quarter.
A lot of time left. They're only 1 score down, and they are the champions. This defense has to come up with something. I know Danica Brace is not in the game, but somebody has to step up and make a great play.
That'll bring us to a television timeout. It's Seattle trailing 26-21.
LFL Mobile, giving you access to the gridiron goddesses of the LFL with exclusive photos, videos, live game reporting, and fan promotions. LFL Mobile. Download on your Android or iPhone.
Back to fourth quarter action of LFL football night. Mitch Mortaza, Bobby Huco, and Desi Mitchison as Dallas's offense faces a 3rd and 5. That's Angel rolling left and just throwing it out of bounds. A smart decision, and that has been the difference between Angel and Matheny tonight.
Absolutely. Coach Michelson mentioned that to Matheny to throw the ball away. You would think the veteran would do that, but she throws it right into coverage. And here's the young quarterback. She knows what to do. Just throw it away, tee it up again. It's a huge play, but she knows how to get back in the huddle.
That incomplete pass now sets up a 4th and 5. And it appears that Dallas is lining up for a punt, not wanting to turn it over on downs this deep on their side of the field. And that's a good punt by Michelle Angel. That's going to be fielded by Jessica Hopkins, and Hopkins getting to the left. And guess who made the tackle? That was Angel.
Smart play by Coach Melvin Bullitt. Kick the ball away. The offense is stalled. The defense is playing good football. Make them go at least half the football field to get points.
KK Matheny will have yet another shot at the end zone. And that's one of the greatest gifts in football. No matter how poor a game you may have, if you go down the field and win this ball game for your team, all that is forgotten.
They have two great running backs in Schnorr and Malloy. I would give them both the football right now because their passing game is like Halloween. Very scary. Give the ball to the backs.
That is a first down handoff to Stevie Schnorr. That is an excellent point, Bobby. If your passing game, particularly your quarterback, is struggling and you have one of the better rushing attacks in the game, and there's another look at Stevie Schnorr just barreling through the defense, you got to go to it.
They have a great front line and two solid backs. Just pound it out right now. A lot of time left on the clock.
2nd and 5 now. There's the handoff. They've been doing a lot of the end-around handoffs to Dominique Malloy, and that ball's loose. And guess who comes up with it? Johnny on the spot. Make it Jade on the spot. Jade Randall. And this could be another turnover for Seattle.
They might give her the key to the city tonight. She is everywhere on the field.
There is the challenge flag by Chris Michelson. And they're going to argue that Dominique Malloy was down. Let's take another look. And you could see Malloy there. Her hand seems to be down, as does her elbow.
That's so obvious. So two times he gets the challenge and then reverse it. One time he gets to change his conversion. You're right, I do. I want a challenge at the ball. The fumble was caused by the ground. Do you want me to be more specific?
Ground can't call the fumble.
This guy don't know how to blow his whistle. That's why football in Texas has gone to God, old-timers don't know horrible officiating job once again. Good job, LFL crew. That's why you do the expansion teams. You ain't ready for the real Can't even get a high school job anymore, let alone a junior high school.
Coach Chris Michelson's going to have his own reality show if he keeps this up. That's another look at Dominique Malloy.
You blind son of a wasted my challenge.
The ball wasn't caused by the ground. The knee was down. They're going to get the ball back. I don't think it was a fumble because her knee hit the ground before the ball came out.
Tights and you sorry.
3 minutes.
God, they're terrible. Been a call night.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bobby. As Coach Michelson continues to vent, it did appear that the elbow was down and the ground caused a fumble. And that is what they saw upstairs. That is the right call.
Where is the spot? I want to know where the spot is. You ain't got you can't even get that call right.
I'm surprised they're not calling a penalty on Michelson right now. You're not allowed to yell at a referee like that and walk on the field.
Terrible sons of a...
The officiating crew is being very understanding as I don't think I've ever seen a head coach berate an entire crew this much.
I've never seen it, and he ran it clear across the field to do it, which I've never seen. They're totally intimidated by Michelson right now.
You cannot allow a coach to just dictate the game that way. That should have been an unsportsmanlike call on Seattle. Now his offense taking over on 1st and goal play handoff. Going back to Stevie Schnorr, that limited to only 2 yards.
Stevie Schnorr, she went right. The block of Jenna Weiss took the defender to the right. If she would have cut left, she could have gone in the end zone.
Stevie Schnorr will factor big here in the goal line. A passing game that struggled. Maybe Dominique Malloy on an end-around reverse. That's had some success tonight. Seattle's got to do something to get on the board here.
I would keep it on the ground. KK Matheny's not throwing a good ball right now. The ground game's working, and they can also take a lot of clock down to get in the end zone and not give Dallas any time to score if they score.
That would be the wise move. Although this is an empty back set. Here comes the Malloy end around. That's not going to happen this time. Well overthrown over the head of LaShonda Fowler. That will bring us to the 2-minute warning and a television timeout as Seattle's frustration continues. Dallas up 26-21. Back to LFL football night. And next week we head to the Northeast, Boston, Massachusetts, as the New England Liberty host the Chicago Bliss. We're finally going to get a look at the Eastern Conference.
Looking forward to seeing Alex Drake at quarterback for New England.
Now a 3rd and goal. Toss right to Stevie Schnorr. Schnorr going to try to throw it into the end zone. And that was deflected by Nikki Pugh.
They got lucky right there. That should have been picked off by Dallas, but I got a question to call by Coach Michelson. You have an all-fantasy quarterback, and you let Stevie Schnorr throw the ball.
You've got a bull, literally a bull in your backfield, and you're being cute inside of the 5-yard line.
And you have Malloy, too. You have a speed back or a power back, and you let your power back throw the football. I really got to question that call.
And here comes the Dallas crowd. They know it's going to come down to this play. 4th and goal for this Seattle offense. Matheny from the shotgun having a tough time hearing. Throwing into the end zone. And 2 different Seattle players had an opportunity, came up blank.
Serious heat on KK Matheny. She delivers a strike. LaShonda Fowler has her hands on the ball but could not pull it in for some reason. Wow.
Now you could say that was on KK Matheny, but when you get both hands on the football the way Fowler did in this situation, you've got to come down with it.
4th down to win a football game. Big players make big plays in big games. Fowler has to make that play.
Dallas now has the luxury to just run out the clock, with Seattle having no timeouts remaining. Dallas, for some reason, in the shotgun here. That is a dangerous high snap. Handoff to Courtney White. White will gain 3 yards. Melee Rich on the tackle.
Dallas has opened up every eye in the LFL. This is the biggest upset of this season.
We still have 1:30 remaining. And again, I am not sure why you would put your quarterback in a shotgun and open yourself up to potentially disaster. Now a 2nd and 7 for the Dallas offense. Seattle has got to be thinking to strip the football here.
They have to come up with a big play. Again, their playmaker is out. Danica Brace is not in the football game.
Courtney White from the Wildcat just pumping her legs. And that'll be enough for a Dallas 1st down. And potentially the final nail in the coffin for Seattle.
Watch Seattle. They're all going for the football, which is smart. You stop the runner, go for the football, but nobody got the football. And while they're doing that, Courtney White carried the pile for a 1st down.
What a win for Michelle Angel in this young Dallas franchise. If they can hold on here for the final 30-plus seconds, this will send shockwaves through the LFL.
What will this do to the Western Conference playoff picture? This is incredible.
Dallas now will have to beat Omaha in Omaha, and they advance. But they also have to have Los Angeles lose to Atlanta on July 9th.
For Seattle, a week ago, I thought they were a lock to make the playoffs, and they're not guaranteed right now.
It is official. The Dallas Desire have upset the Seattle Mist in front of this home crowd in Frisco, Texas. There's Shantae Cherie soaking up every moment of this. And Jade Randall, can you say enough about number 15? Let's go down to the field.
I'm with KK Matheny. KK, how's your team going to handle this devastating loss?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it'll light a fire under our butt. Maybe it's exactly what we needed as a championship team going into the playoffs. It's going to be a month and a half that we have to look at this loss and go make some corrections. We had plays. We didn't make them at the end. Had two touchdowns dropped. And, hey, I made a lot of bad plays as well. So, we'll go back, look at the film, and hopefully we'll get better from it.
Well, we'll be seeing you at the playoffs.
For sure.
Back to you.
That will do it for us here in Dallas. A shocking upset as the Dallas Desire beat the Seattle Mist 26-21. For Bobby Huco, Desi Mitchison, our producer Jonas Nordman, this is Mitch Mortaza, and we will see you next week on LFL Football Night.